Oh my goodness, I forgot to do a pre-intro. Hold on, let me grab one of my old hats or something. Boom. This one's about the bottle house. Welcome to Knott's Berry Tales. We are standing in front of the bottle house in the ghost town at Knott's Berry Farm in Buena Park, California. This is one of many replica structures Walter Knott built during his time at the farm. This building was erected in 1944, some 11 years before the opening of Disneyland. It's constructed to be a replica of the Roy Light Bottle House in Nevada, which was visited by Walter and his family sometime in the late 30s or early 40s. The bottle house at Knott's was constructed using 3,082 wine or whiskey bottles, the origins of which have been lost to the sands of time. The reason Walter turned all those bottles inward wasn't to stop bugs from making homes on the outside of the structure. It was to stop the wind from making ghostly howling noises like it did on the other bottle houses he had seen, or rather heard. Most people believe the first bottle house was erected around 1902, about 42 years before the construction of this one here at Knott's Berry Farm. With advancements in archaeological excavations, most people are starting to believe the first bottle houses were constructed in ancient Rome, using discarded or broken clay vessels instead of stone. Not only is the bottle house at Knott's home to a business, which is an offshoot of LGH Ceramics in Paramount.
A lot of people still don't know that you can come in here and actually paint ceramics. We have been with Knott's Berry Farm since about 2017, and we were vendors, so we were crafters. The thing about our ceramic pieces is that they're actually all hand poured. We are a family business. They're not done with a machine press. They're not shipped over from China or anywhere else. They're completely handmade. My mom and my grandfather pour our pieces. My dad is our delivery guy. He makes our slip. And we get to be here at the bottle house and run our painting shop here.
This bottle house has inspired multiple structures around the world, including the Wimberley Bottle House in Texas. Bottle construction wasn't only used for houses. In 1941, a bottle mansion was constructed by John J. Mencken using 60,000 bottles. Tom McCoy has created bottle structures in the Midwest ever since his time here at the farm. In Simi Valley, Teresa Posplay has created an entire village made of bottles. But the most modern version of bottle construction can be found at Tio's Tacos in Riverside, California. An entire restaurant has been created using bottle construction. Not only are most structures, walls, and walkways made of bottles and reclaimed rubbish, but they also have possibly the only teepee and parking lot in the world made of bottles. As you can see by the stunning amount of light in this house, the bottles don't only take the place of bricks and stone, they also provide light from the sun. Power and electricity were relatively unseen in the Old West due to the cost of bulbs and insulators. In some instances, homes would only have bottles above 3 or 4 feet. Now, this could have been due to lack of trust in the glass as a building material, but most likely it was due to lack of bottles. In most cases, they were only needed to allow light into the house, as it was extremely difficult to manufacture and ship glass for windows. After Walter constructed the bottle house here at Knott's Berry Farm, he would go on to create a barrel house in Boot Hill Cemetery, also here at Knott's Berry Farm. But after this, he would build the Calico Ghost Town Bottle House. It's the most complex of Walter's reclaimed structures, being built on the top of a hill with the words Calico written in bottles on one side.
And it's funny because some people come in and they're like, oh, I know where the original bottle house is, but it's in Calico. We're like, well, no, actually, that one was built in 1955, so this one was actually here first.
The structure can be viewed at the real town of Calico that was once owned by the Knott family, but has since been gifted to the county of San Bernardino for future generations to enjoy.
Mr. Knott, he traveled to different ghost towns. And if he saw buildings that he liked, he'll bring them here. Like that hotel in front of us, that's a real hotel that he brought in. This building, he actually saw it in Riverside, Light, Nevada, and he fell in love with it. But I'm sure they couldn't transport it. So he came here, and he would send a lot of his employees to different saloons to collect the empty whiskey bottles. And they collected 3,082 of them. And he built an exact replica. In the 50s and in the 60s, there was a little trend that started here. you would have a lot of lovebirds, young lovebirds. They would come, and they would write little love letters, and they would throw them inside the bottles. They're still in there. The last note that we found was from 1948. And yeah, so we've seen people kind of like try to take them out, and some of them have succeeded. So we take them back and roll them back in because it's a part of history.
As you can see, bottle construction has come a long way from our little structure here at the farm. We can only begin to imagine how many bottle houses, walls, and art pieces exist in the world because of this replica structure here at Knott's Berry Farm. As a matter of fact, I have begun construction on my own bottle house in my backyard. Hopefully one day we can open my house to the public and allow everybody to come see all of the Knott's Berry Farm treasures and how I have made my imagination come to life at my own house. Thank you for watching. My name is Brian M. Watts. I'm the videographer of the Southern California Railway Museum, and I love Knott's Berry Farm more than anybody ever should.
If you decide to come to Tio's Tacos after watching this video, sit under that awning. That's where we sat after we got married with some of the members of the band Flogging Molly. Yep, that's where my wedding dinner happened.
To support this kind of nonsense or to have a video of your own made, please visit the Coop Studios Patreon.